It has been 11,000 years since the kingdom of Adora was cast into the astral sea, along with the invading demon god Deimos. The last king of Adora, Gnarl Denstra, the elven god king Xandril Mishinel, and the necromancer Avigard fought and stopped the impending doom of the eternal darkness from coming forth, but were lost to the world when they too were cast into the astral sea. Now, the land of Redigan is split into 4 kingdoms. Adeshmira is the Elven Kingdom, where 10,000 years ago they called the elves back into their forest to lock it away. Most heeded the call, but some believed that they should not segregate and stayed in the world.
The Round Top Rainforest, where many other races call home, is now a kingdom under the direction of the druids who reside there. They left their borders open, but all know that if you enter and do not respect the forest, your life will be forfeit.
The Dwarven Kingdom of Gratispar called the dwarves back to their homes, closing and locking the doors of their vast mountain kingdom, and they have not opened them yet.
Finally, the Kingdom of Remedigan, known as the Kingdom of the Humans, left its borders open and welcomed anyone who sought refuge. It thrived, not from isolation, but a joining of all races under one idea: peace. 100 years ago, Odura returned. With it, the High General Martin Firewell and King Xandro Mishinel, and there has been a fragile peace between all kingdoms. Until now. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
We exist. So my plan was to do a thing, and it was going to work, and then it didn't work. So here we are. But now we're moving at the same time that voices are coming out. I hate the internet. This is the second time I've said this in about 6 minutes. Anyway, welcome to the stream.
Sit back, relax as I take you out of your reality and into my nightmare's dream world. Welcome to the Bros and Dragons podcast. I'm your Dungeon Master and host, Daniel Doc Gentry, and with me, as always, is the Champion of Chaos, Long May She Reign, playing Miranda Shrinda's Lissa.
Oh.
The Wild and Out Sorcerer, playing Tayson Firewell, everybody's sad boy, is Nerdworks.
Hi, friends. I'm gonna do my best. That's all. That's all.
The Guardian herself, long live the Waffle Hut, playing Stroop Waffles, our very own Hannah.
Hello, everybody. I made pancakes. I don't have a waffle maker, so that's as in character as we're getting tonight.
Hey, Walmart has like a really cheap itty bitty one that's like $10, by the way.
Yeah, I don't like Walmart. I have a vendetta against Walmart that I could go on and on about. And
We're doing that thing again where we're talking good things or bad things about people who could potentially sponsor us someday. And we'll have those discussions when Walmart reaches out to us for the contract for billions upon billions of dollars to do their D&D sweatpants, to do their D&D diapers, to do all of that good stuff. And you know what? All I know is you just ruined the D&D waffles at Walmart, but that's fine. It's okay. The wall waffles.
If Walmart comes to us with a sponsorship, you're gonna have to kick me off the podcast. That's all I'm saying.
All right, never mind, Walmart. No chance. Sorry.
D and diapers.
D and diapers is very good.
Last time, the friends walked through the Adashmira and came upon their first city of the elves that they have seen, the city of Terranshall, a vast metropolis, wide, different sections, a little bit bigger than what they know as Remedigan. There, they registered with the Elven Immigration Services and met with the Dovatel, or mayor, governor of the city, Zenda Hershinel, who was interested in meeting and speaking with the brave souls that traveled through the dark forest, only to learn that declared Elven royalty had entered the city. Guards were assigned and the group traveled around the city. They ended up staying at the Eshin De Ta, or in common, the Silver Dagger Inn. They traveled to the bathhouse, saw some sights. Miranda traveled to the Errata Librium, which, aside from being ran by all elves, seems to be exactly the same as the large one in Remedigan. She gathered a few books on Elvish, and after 75 years of being in Bengen, started the process of learning the language. They know that they have access to a summoning circle, as it was explained to them that they could travel instantly to the Adashmere Castle, or they can travel in an Anta Villa, the Elvish airship, or finally, they could travel as they have been, walking. Lord Tayson asked for them to send word to the castle that they were in Terranshall and that they would be coming soon. Let us adventure on. Is there any updates to what I said?
Other than Stroop and Tayson were doing a wine tasting and got drunk, and Montera slash Miranda had to be mom and put them to bed.
I did forget that. Tayson did like actively choose to drink last time.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Which actually that makes sense. I forgot. I forgot that I was drinking that okay. Cool. Consistency is important.
On that note, can you roll me a wisdom save at disadvantage?
That seems about right. 17. 17. We're just Snap is over here just giving us 13s no matter what today, which is a good number. I'll take it.
Just had to get that one out of the way. Okay. Tayson, pleasant dreams. Miranda, or shall I say Montera, who is in her original changeling form, as well. Stroop, you're in your office.
Did the drinking follow me into my dream into the business meeting?
You feel the buzz, but it hasn't been affecting anything as you walk into your office.
Gotcha. All right, I'm gonna sit at my desk, pull out some papers, make it look like I'm doing some business.
There's a knock on the door, and as you look up expecting someone, you see a younger elf who seems to be looking around and says, "Excuse me, I think I'm lost."
State your name and your business here. Your order of business. Who are you? What you doing?
My friends call me Melvin Rio, and I don't know. I went to sleep, and now I'm here.
Oh, okay. Maybe you're one of the new initiates. Okay. I want to pull out my book and find her name in the book, if possible, if it's there.
And it is.
Figured.
Along with like 8 or 9 other names. She says, "I woke up and found a book, Moving Leaves. I started to read something about guardians. I haven't quite understood it."
Yeah. Welcome to your first official business meeting as a guardian in waiting. My name's Shroop Waffle of the Waffle Hut franchise, and I will be your guide through this journey, kinda.
Is this marketing? Because I've been to the Waffle Hut.
Uh, so the Waffle Hut franchise is not connected to what we are doing here. That's just a little bit of background about me. I do like to talk about myself. So, uh, that's yeah, that's on that. But no, this is not a Waffle Hut scenario. This is a Guardian scenario. Sorry, it's my first time. How are you doing? How you feeling?
She smiles and says, "Mine too. Um, what's a guardian?"
It's a great question. Uh, it's It's just give me a minute to get my thoughts together. Um, where the Wardian Ward talking is really hard today. I don't know why. Um, Wardens of Gaia. And we work alongside Arlen to protect and heal the world, and nature. Um, uh, and basically, we make sure that the world, we're trying to rid the world of all the bad stuff, kinda, I think. Does that make
That
sense?
this conversation trails off as your dream goes. And you all wake up the next morning. As you come out of your rooms, you're in a smaller common room. Again, no kitchen, but there are 4 doors here. You each took one room. And you are in the common area. And it seems somebody started a fire as there is a fire going.
Oh, this is nice. This is pleasant. Okay.
How are you feeling, Tayson, since it was really your first experience with alcohol?
I mean, no, I've drank before. Yeah, I'm fine.
Good, good. Now, where's our lovely Stru?
Doing good.
Oh,
I had
hey.
a dream. Hi.
Oh, okay.
You had a dream. That's
I went to the
rather
business meeting.
specific. Oh, okay. See,
Yeah,
that's a little bit different.
this time, one of the new guardians in waiting was there. It was cool. She was
Okay.
nice.
Have you been recruiting without letting us know?
Oh no,
I don't think
do
she's
the
the one who
recruiting.
does the recruiting. I think that's just kind of the fates align and things happen.
Well, hold on. So, do you interview people that are brought into you, or do you just have people that are hired and then you have to, like, train them and stuff?
That's a great question. I do not know.
You do not. Okay. Okay.
Not a clue. It's my first time.
Piratic Void just subscribed. Nerd woo helma mic, nerd woo helma mic, nerd woo helma mic.
These are the things that I'm gonna have to remember to edit when they happen on stream. Thank you very much, Pyrotic. Pyrotic Void. Okay, so that might be a thing to like check on and stuff. Because I you told me that a good boss like delegates, but part of delegating is knowing what you've delegated, who to what, and I just know that if like if I walked up to you and I was like, "Hey, Stroop, I'm here for the banana shipment," and then you said, I don't need bananas for anything," I would feel like I did something wrong, and I don't want you to lose potential colleagues, I guess. I still don't know if they're employees or colleagues. I don't know. I just you know what? It's literally not my business. It's not my business, and it's your business, not my business. So I'm sorry. I said earlier that I was feeling fine after drinking, and now I'm like tired. Like I'm more tired than usual. Like I slept, but it felt like I didn't sleep. So I'm gonna shut up for a while.
It's okay, Tayson. I kind of understand what you're saying. So I think I get the recruits based they're chosen without me, but I get them and I have to like train them. But you're onto something with this interview thing. I can interview them to see what tasks they are good at, and to put them in the right placement for the right training and stuff. That would make sense. yeah, as they come to me, I guess that's what I gotta do. Other than fumbling through what the Guardians are and what they can do and blah 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 blah. So I gotta work on a lesson plan, if you will. Lesson plan sounds good.
That sounds like both a strong business practice and entertaining thing to watch from like a distance. So yeah, great.
After a while in your conversation, you guys, this little silent hits, and as it does, you hear talking in Sylvan outside the door.
Uh,
You, sorry, go ahead.
no,
Come in.
You say that, but then you hear talking, and then it stops, and then two raps on the door. Knock, knock.
I said you guys can come in. We heard you out there. Go on. You, she opens the door. Come on.
And standing there in blue armor, both of them in plate, light blue skin. Um, One of them has purple hair with blue highlights in it that a little bit long, comes down to about his neck, shoulder area. The other one, very military cut. The one with the longer hair, and you figure I'd be ready for this one because I'm smart, but I didn't because I'm not.
stop saying mean things about my friend.
The one with the longer hair has a great sword on one side with a very weird but intricate blue handle on it, and what looks like a maul coming out the other side, with a regular brown wrapped leather one. The other fellow standing next to him with the shorter hair has a shield on his back and what looks like a long sword at his hip. It has a purple handle that seems to just have small curvatures in it. And they both salute, and the taller one says, "Is this the room of Lord Tayson?"
Juniper.
And you fire up, mark your spell slot.
Hey, Sam.
Who's
I think
again?
they are here to guard us.
I but yes. And then he takes
State
like a
your-
defensive stance.
Montera, because she's still just in changeling form, turns to them and goes, "State your business."
The long-haired one that is talking, like, looks down, looks over everybody, watches this display of color as the astral jacket and arms appears. You begin to speak, and the one with longer hair looks over. It looks like he's going to speak, and just for a moment has a paused face. He says, I apologize. I'm looking for the right word because I put the up button as my talk to button, and it went up, and that's not what I wanted. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I'm on
Good
a
job.
roll. Yeah, it's amazing. I'm so um the one with the longer hair says, "My name is Gmine, and this is my associate Posh."
Okay, no offense, and I'm probably the one at fault here, but I'm a little scared because my colleague friend, plus one, plus two, I don't know. They asked you to state your business, and you stated your name, which is not your business. So if you could state your business, and then I can apologize, and then we can move on with your business and stuff, please.
We are Westonlow. We are assigned to be your gods.
From what?
From Queen Navarra and Queen Valerie.
No, okay. You're assigned from them, or assigned to protect me from them.
We are assigned to protect you.
Okay. By who?
By Queen Navarre.
Okay, thank you. I wanted to clarify because I thought you said that you were assigned to protect me because I asked you who from, and sorry. Okay, great. You were assigned by them to protect me, just in general. Got it. Cool. I'm caught up. Now we get to the second part. Hey, thank you. I'm sorry. I'm a little on edge. This is my first time being a diplomat before. Cool. Where are we going?
They seem to just walk in as you confirm who you are. They close the door and they say, "There's no reason for formalities, but you are not a diplomat. You're a Grand Duke."
I feel like you just said there's no reason for formalities, but then you were very formal about my position. Okay, great.
The longer haired one says, I apologize. I meant to inform you of what your position is because it's not diplomat.
Okay.
It's Grand Duke.
Oh, okay.
We are God warriors. We've served the king and King Xandro, Queen Navarra. All the lands have been under our watch. The shorter one says, and we are here to be your personal guards while you travel through the Adashmira. But when my partner says no worries about formalities, is if you choose for us to call you Lord, to bow and have those formalities,
Oh
we
no, nope,
absolutely
nope,
will.
nope. None of that. All of that. Hey, I want you to treat me like someone you don't mind being around, but also someone you don't have to watch your words with. That's my comfort zone. You just you know speak freely. I think that's the phrase, speak freely. Unless it's like really mean, unless you think I need to hear it.
I think we'll be able to oblige.
Okay, great.
And the other one with longer hair is like, we can make it work. This is going to be interesting, though. I can feel it already.
Okay, so I mean, are we following you somewhere, or are you just like are you hanging around with us wherever we go?
Wherever you go.
Okay. So
The
okay.
Queen sends her regards, says to take your time as she understands it is your first time in the Adashmira.
Oh.
Seek you around, we will follow you. We are formality guards.
Okay.
All royalty has at least one god warrior in their ranks of gods. But
Sure.
this was a special occasion. The Queen got your message that you were here, sent us over as soon as we were ready this morning.
Okay.
And we're in no rush to get to the castle. We are on your time if what we've read about the rest of the world, it's kind of a shock to come to the Adashmere.
Hey, can you give me just a second?
Absolutely.
Okay. Hey, you, Stroop, or
Yes.
Montera, come here. Huddle, real quick. And as Tayson gets them gathered closer together, I want to go to the castle like immediately, because I am clearly not well equipped for any of this. So the faster that it gets done with, the faster we can do literally anything else. So I think we need to talk to that nice person that we met on the way in to talk about the forest, because we already said we were going to talk to them about that. And then I want to go and find out if things are cool here or if we need to go or whatever, and then do that. Because why'd you let me drink?
Tayson, I do. Not a clue.
I am
Not
normal.
even an idea.
I am normally so much more composed than this, and I am very upset that you let me get to this point.
Jason,
What?
you're not normally much more composed than this.
Okay, so everybody's just beating up on me today. That's fine. Okay, great. We have conferred, and we have one stop to make before we go and meet the queens. and I'm excited to see them be excited to receive my summons. I don't. We got one stop to make, and then we'll go up there. Yeah.
Jason,
Oh,
3.
this is going to be interesting. Sure. Gather your things. We are in no rush. We will be right here at the door, wandering the common room.
Tayson grabs his thing.
Montera grabs her stuff and heads downstairs.
They
Right, let's do it.
open the door. The one with the great sword and the maul, who called himself G-Mine, takes the front. Posh takes the back, and they just follow where you're going. G-Mine lets you know before you start walking that you need to just tell him where to go. And if you want him to get out of the way, he absolutely can.
Oh, the place where we were first received. I don't remember the name of the building, but there was somebody there who was interested in hearing about us getting through the forest and stuff to get here.
Terran Shaw is a large city.
I mean, I think I remember the way. I mean, it wasn't that far. We literally showed up, then we went to a bathhouse, then we came here and we drank and went to sleep. So I just need to. I mean, I might take you to the bathhouse first by accident, just so I can, you know, I can set myself on the path that I know. But yeah, no, I can get us there. It's okay.
G-Mine bows and just says, "You lead, I will follow."
Okay, great. And Tayson will follow orders from the person that is following orders and start leading towards this place.
You eventually make it to the Dovatel's office. As you get there, the familiar area of the reception with the male elf receptionist that stands besides. As you enter, he stands, bows, and just heads to the back. And a moment later, he returns with Zenda, who says, "Welcome back. Did you enjoy your evening here?"
Yeah, it was too pleasant. So we have to leave, like almost now. Um, you said you wanted to ask us about the forest before we went.
I can wait. You said you need to leave now. That's fine. We can head to the circle and get you to the castle immediately.
Oh, okay. Would that be okay? And he looks. Tayson looks over towards Jemine and Posh, and then realizes that they're supposed to follow his orders. So then he tracks a little bit over to look at Stroop and Montera. And be like, would that be okay? We're good with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's the plan.
All right.
Sounds
No,
like a plan to me.
I mean we're a team. I feel okay. Fine. No, don't want to. All right.
Jason, we understand that you're uncomfortable about this entire situation, and if that's what you want to do, because this is about you, we're going to do it.
Okay.
Okay?
I feel like I got. I feel like I'm in trouble.
Snap Phoenix just subscribed.
I feel like I'm potentially in trouble with teacher, but maybe not. Like I just turned in a test, and maybe I did good and maybe I did bad, and I'm about to go find out. But the amount of steps between my desk and their desk is many miles away, and there's also demons and dead stuff in the pathway, and I'm finally getting there, and the anticipation is it's actually killing me. I don't know if you know this. I'm taking psychic damage as I talk. So yeah, that sounds good. Let's go. Let's go.
Yes, Jason, let's go. Let's get this over with so you feel more comfortable. Breathe.
Zenda says, "Follow me," and leads everybody down a hallway, down a set of stairs to a locked set of doors. She bangs on the door 3 times, says a word that seems to echo in the chamber. You almost can't understand it at all. It's right there, but you couldn't grasp it. The door opens. 3 elves, again, the blue skin, the purple hair, stand around the room in long golden red robes, rose color robes. As you enter, one of them looks your way and just says, "Give us one moment." And he puts his hand to his head and he does just sit silently for a couple of moments. "They're ready to receive you." And he goes over and just says, "When you're ready."
Oh, yeah, okay. And Tayson will walk forward until it seems like he should stop.
There's a circle, and that when they said "when you're ready," they pointed towards it. The God Warrior seemed just to hop up there like it's nobody's business, waiting on everybody to come up there. Tayson walks into between the two of them because that's where he thinks he needs to be.
Montera, like, as soon as he said they're ready, she just went ahead and just confidently walked into the circle. She's like, all right, let's go.
Stroop is going to follow Tayson and try to be as in between Tayson and the two guys as can be. Like, not so it's like threatening, but definitely like so it's obvious to them. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah,
I don't know that Stroop could be threatening if her life depended on it, unless she actually changed into something like a bear or a shark.
Unless you've ever heard Stroop open her mouth, in which case, yes, she's absolutely threatening when she wants to be. Have you have you seen which one of us is wrapped around her finger? The one that people are calling like Grand Duke and stuff like that. Like, no, she's scary as shit. What are you talking about?
Well, when you put it like that.
Since you said you're getting between them, I just want to be clear because I wrote all this up because I thought somebody would ask. G-Mine is 6'2", 175, light purple eyes, pale blue skin, and has that mixture of purple and blue hair. It's blue hair with purple highlights. Posh is dark purple eyes, very deep. Pale blue skin, almost similar, but his hair seems to be a dark blue and all one color, even though it's cut very military style.
So what you're saying is
Posh
they're
is
hot.
6 foot, 155 pounds. But I knew somebody was gonna ask, so I made sure to fill that part out.
Yeah, so we know that there is a very fine line between Hannah and Stroop Waffle. And Hannah's type is shaggy and stabby, so she's definitely sneaking some looks for sure. But more concerned about making sure that these guys know that she is in charge of keeping Tayson safe.
A good CEO is able to multitask and focus on many different things that have to happen at once. One of them is seeking out new talent and prospecting while also protecting. Prospecting and protecting. It's perfect.
Prospecting.
You all are in the circle as you gather around. You're sneaking look. So before this is activated, can I get a perception roll from Stroop?
Yeah, definitely. If I had dice for our game of Dungeons and Dragons.
I know.
Oh
I just
God.
surprised you with it. I should have let you know that this game involves dice.
I really,
Polyhedral 7 set.
I really wish I would have known before we started, but I guess I have some here.
Admittedly, this is our fault. We ask her to do one thing, and that thing is keep track of if we dungeoned and or dragoned. We never ask her to bring dice. Not once have we asked her to bring dice to the table. That's on us. Sorry.
Technically, you're not wrong.
And we've waited for her to get back from the shower with her dice.
That's true.
Sorry, what was I rolling?
Perception.
I think I have good perception. Did I have my character sheet pulled up? No. Guys, thriving.
one of
let's
those
see.
days. She's like, I got my fucking pancakes. That's as good as we.
Her flat waffles.
I got a 12.
Okay. Yeah, you're taking glances at these two, admiring, and as you're looking over, you hear the last few words, and then there's a flash. And you come out of this flash and you stand in a room that has three similarly robed figures, two figures that are clad in full plate armor with their weapons at their side, still in the scabbard, but their hands are on them, and two women. A taller one in what looks like gold and purple trim armor, but similar in make to the ones of the God's warriors following you. The one standing next to her seems to have leaves and flowers braided through her purple hair that come back in a single knot in the back, who is in a very vibrant purple dress. And as you all stop what feels like motion, the two guards give a salute and at the two female characters, but they don't say anything.
Do we move? Do where do we go?
The one in armor smiles and says, Tayson, I remember you. And you remember her. She was with Xandro for Martin's funeral. He says, welcome to Adashmira Castle.
Mm-hmm.
Or should I say, welcome home.
Was I born here?
There's a lot that we don't know.
Okay.
The wizard Avigard
Uh-huh.
just told us about the mixture before she seemed to have disappeared.
Oh, okay. If she ever comes back, let her know that her apprentice is looking for her.
Shall we go somewhere a little bit more private?
That seemed more
Yes,
like
that would
a
be wise.
yeah. It seemed more like a let's do that than a question. Like okay, yeah, okay.
They turn and begin to walk and motion you to follow, and they take you through this first off underground maze of tunnels. There's a few doors as you go through, but it looks like tunnels upon tunnels intersecting, going different ways. You come to a set of stairs that come up, and two arched doors seem to open with nobody there as the queen approaches, and opens into a large field. As you come up, you see sparring going on. Many soldiers like the two that are following you, very similar in dress. They seem to be practicing on a wide open field. Next to that, a beautiful garden arrangement as they take a left in this open field and take you to a side room. It's a little bit larger. It has chairs and seating. There's books upon books and bookcases. And as the queen enters, and you enter, and the other two God's warriors enter, the queen holds up her hand and says, I mean, privately, post, you mind? Thank you, though. And they bow and go out the door and close it. Now it's Queen Rebecca, Queen Valerie, and you three in this giant room.
So high.
It's wonderful to meet you.
It's
I
a
go up and sorry. I go up and Stroop shakes both of their hands and says, Stroop Waffle of the Waffle Hut franchise. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you again. If I remember correctly from the funeral. No, maybe.
I was there. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I was there as well.
With me.
May I present Tayson? I'm working on it.
Tayson leans down and does like a that was great.
That was decent. Is that your first time trying to herald for Tayson?
My second time, but you guys made me a little nervous because you're just so tall and beautiful.
She smiles and says, "Thank you. I do remember you, Stroopwafel, and if I remember correctly, you were there with an elf, if I don't."
Um, when she says that, Montera changes into the Mirinda uh, get up.
Val is a little taken back. She takes a step back, a little surprised by the change. Navarra just goes, "Neat trick."
It's what has allowed me to stay under the radar for so long.
Please sit. You have questions and you've answered. We thought that there would be more discussion, shall we say, before you came here. We haven't always had the best of terms with Rumetigan.
Did I did we rush our way here? Should I have taken more time to should we have given you more time before we showed up?
Come at your leisure, Taysan. You are part of the world here.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Yeah. Great. No, looking forward to clarity, context, all that good stuff. And Tayson sits down.
Montera sits down as well. Um, and asks kindly, would you happen to have something for us to drink as we speak?
Uh,
Not alcoholic taste on water or tea. Don't
Okay.
give me that look.
Yes. Yes, because alcohol. That, yeah, okay. Yes. Yes.
Valerie reaches over to a shelf as Navarra sits down. Valerie takes out 3 glasses and waves her hand over them, and they seem to fill with a clear liquid. She walks over and offers each of you a glass.
Montera gladly accepts it and has it in front of her for as they discuss.
Droop is gonna take it and like kind of do one of these swirl things and smell it. What does it
It's
smell like?
it's water, I can assure you, Valerie says as you're doing all this.
They didn't have the best experience last night.
That's fine, it's understandable. She smiles as she goes and sits near Navarra and takes her hand. Says, "Thank you for coming, Taysan." And then Navarra says, "I know there's a lot of questions, but being a kin of Xandro, I believe there's a lot of things that needed to be explained, but I think it's easier to start with, do you have questions?"
Yeah, but not the ones that you're thinking, probably. That, you know, if I was in your shoes, I would expect, you know, how did this happen, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Which, frankly, is a little bit more self centered than I feel like going with right now. Really, the only question that I have for the short term, immediate stuff is why am I invited here? And then we'll get into the more broad stuff if that's okay. Like why did you send for me to be here?
Originally, it's because the area was closed off. Sending an invitation or a summons the way I did made it so that you had expectations coming here as outsiders or traveling with whomever. As you could tell, and she points at like her arm or her hand where her skin is showing, that there are differences, and I didn't want you to be delayed. So giving you a writ from myself was welcome. Shortly after we decided to open up the Adashmira, and we sent a second letter right behind it. I didn't mean to sound brash if it was brash. I assumed that the king and queen or somebody else would take the letter and not understand that it was important for you to come and understand part of your heritage.
Okay. I see. I said I only had the one question, then he answered and it gave me new questions. That's a trait of mine. I'm really sorry. So, why did you open up Adishmira shortly after that then?
One of the advisors that worked under Sandro had always been against being closed off. I must say that over the years I've been slightly swayed by her words, but more it just feels stupid to stay closed off. I still hold the rank of captain of the Western Law, the God Warriors. Only the captain knows, but Gomo is going to return shortly. We are tasked with defending all of Bengen against him.
Okay, when you say we are tasked, do you mean you, Adishmira? Or do you mean like all of us? Am I Adishmira too? Is this something that you're conscripting me for? Or just tell me out with context here.
No, the Western Law, the God's Warriors. That's why we have the name.
Okay.
We are trained to fight against supernatural beings
Okay.
when we decide to take the path.
And you know that
AKA, she's saying, "Bitch, we trained to fight gods."
I mean, yeah. So okay, you know that Gomo is coming back, right?
Deimos, Gomo.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I just want to make sure I've got my context.
That's the DM saying Deimos.
Right. So it's good that you know that. That makes a lot of this a lot easier. I told everybody back in my not original, my current home, that it was going to be important for us to kind of stop this hunkering down for ourselves kind of thing, to try and expand and broaden our partnerships and alliances and all of that, because Gomo, Deimos, whatever. But Deimos is Deimos is a big deal, obviously, and the idea of being separate seems like a bad plan. So you opened up your borders. Is it safe to say that you're willing to work together to try and stop the literal end of the world? Because that would be so nice for me. That would make things so much easier. I didn't know if I was going to have to come in here and make sure you weren't going to kill me, or to try and convince you. But if we're on the same side, like immediately, that's great. Because then I can give you the people to contact as far as like actually doing something about that, which would be great. I thought I was just kind of an in.
She holds her hand up.
Okay.
And says, Tayson,
Ah.
just tell me your plan if you have one.
I say this is Mike. I say this with Doc, you stop me from talking the second that I'm saying something that is out of character knowledge, because I've got notes, but they're all kind of bleeding through. And I'm editing podcasts, which means sometimes I get context that I'm not supposed to have sometimes. So there is a cult or a group that is currently working to... Deimos is becoming released, but we're not there yet. Right? Deimos isn't in the world, because if Deimos...
I think you're talking about a cutscene
Cool.
of the... You do not know about that cult.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We know about a cult. We just don't know if that's the cult.
Okay, so I'm going to put 103, Mike, redo, pick up, and here we are. Deimos isn't here yet. Because if he was here, that feels pretty much like war over, or at least, new war started with much bigger consequences. So he's not here. And right now it seems like It seems like everybody is individually sending scouts and trying to gather information, but whatever any information anybody has is limited. You know, we knew that demons were coming out of the forest and literally taking over places, and they were much more aggressive than they had ever been. That's what we have. So we know where some problems were originating, but we don't know if that's where everything is going down. We don't know what kind of wars on how many fronts everybody is fighting, because we only know what we're talking about, because none of us are talking to each other. So I can tell you a plan, but I don't know what you're dealing with. And my plan might be absolute bullshit, because you're literally the other half of the continent over here. So I could be totally off base by not knowing one thing that is common knowledge for every citizen here, because I don't even know what to ask. So we know collectively Deimos is returning. How do we know this, and what are we doing independently to stop it?
We here in Yadashmir, the royalty and the captain of the Western Law, know about Deimos' return. Everyone else believes the book written by Martin Firewell that Deimos was defeated.
Okay, so that's
I mean,
cool.
technically, it's not wrong that Deimos was defeated. He just wasn't defeated permanently.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Why why are the people in this room and those directly involved the only ones that know that Deimos was just kind of like put away for safekeeping and not defeated?
It's a good question, but let me start by asking. What day is Deimos going to return?
Not yesterday. That's all I got.
Where will he return?
I
What
don't
area?
I don't know either.
And that's why.
Okay.
Because without information, it's easier to let people live their lives thinking a dangerous past, to deal with the mundane stupidity of things that aggravate them instead of worrying about an all-looming, powerful being that will destroy them all one day.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna put that one in the quiver for later. If it needs to be brought back up, but I don't think under the current context it's important. Okay, fair enough. So how do you know that Deimos is coming back then?
Because it's been written 100 years ago by Xandro Michinel to the first captain of the guards at that time, that he was going to return after Xandro returned from the Astral Sea with Adora.
Okay. So what have you done with that information? What has been done to prepare for that return?
The God Warriors took on a secondary nature they didn't understand.
Okay.
They believe that they're trained as watchers against supernatural beings. The truth about gods is they are supernatural. And so their powers are manifested that way. They swear allegiance to Rashmala, and through his divine grace, he provides power and understanding and gifts that they could use.
So is it safe? No, it's not just safe to say. It would be stupid to say otherwise. So Martin knew this too, based off of what we found in his own journals and writings. He knew that this was likely to happen again. Xandro knew this. Xandro gave this information to the captain of the God Warriors to prepare the God Warriors, which means that up until about a week ago, literally the only people that were even somewhat prepared or cognizant of the fact that this could be an issue, are dead, gone, or your private army?
I would say it's a fair assessment to add of the people that you've talked to.
Okay, totally fair. Yes, that is reasonable. And I'm not. This is that I just realized how aggressive that sounded. Like I was blaming you, and I'm not, because we're literally finding information and allies as we go. So please don't take any offense, and if you do, I'm really sorry about that, because that's on me. Okay. We don't know where the dwarves are. The ward went missing from our half of the continent. And we were told that they were towards the north here. But for what reason, I'm not exactly sure. I'd assume that it's somewhat correlated to everything else that's happening.
Partly.
Okay.
Not north, but all the ward seemed to follow a group of demon that slaughtered the Hashdal.
Okay.
Came up to north from the Dark Forest, but it is south of here. I've deployed 2 squads of God warriors down there to assist them, but they seem to be concentrating in the lower woods around a tunnel that my uncle used to tell me was off limits until I made a mistake. And now I know why.
Is whatever that's in that tunnel, is that a new problem or a different problem or just a additional problem?
It's not a problem. It's the reason the ward exists are powers of the being in that tunnel. I was ordered to leave it alone, and I could not, because I heard that there was a lich there and a lich needed to be destroyed. In fact, it was your father that saved my uncle Xandro and me. And she just fades off as she talks.
Stroop, can you I don't want to interrupt her. She seems like she's thinking about something, but I don't want to interrupt her.
As you start talking, she shakes and says, I'm sorry. It's a memory. A memory of when I realized how wise, I shouldn't say my uncle, your other father was.
We'll get into the genealogy and stuff in the future here. Okay. World ending priority 1, and then priority 2, figuring out my family tree and stuff. So is it safe to say that for whatever is going on with Deimos, Adishmira and Remedigan, both like-minded in not wanting Deimos to destroy the world and stuff, we can collaborate, we can work with each other, we can stand together and, be against that whole thing? Is that safe to say?
I'm a queen second, but a warrior first. If a plan is given to me that has solid foundation, that would work, that I would agree with,
Sure.
then yes, there'd be work. But just to say Deimos is coming back, we all need to work together, let's gather here, is a terrible plan.
Oh, that's not the plan. Right now the plan is, do you know anything that we can go off of? And me collaborating back with Remedigan and finding out, is there anything that we've got? We have sent scouts to the Dark Forest. We've sent scouts south. We have scouts looking for the dwarves. And few have returned. We went through the forest to get here because of your summons. Because that was going to be the fastest way to get here to work with you. Because I didn't know why I needed to be back here. But I knew that I needed to come back here quickly. So we did. and we went through hell to get here. So we would like to prevent the new hell from happening, if that's cool. And I understand it's not a plan, but I'm not a general. I'm someone who just wants to make sure that we've got people that are on our team, so that when we do have a plan, we have people we can count on. That's all I'm looking for here.
You, Tayson, are on the right path, but if you want to do something, swear an oath to Rashmala and take up your banner under the God's warriors.
What am I swearing an oath to?
All paladins swear an oath. The God warriors are, at the very base, paladins.
Just, I feel like I asked, what am I swearing an oath to? And you asked me why I would swear an oath. I'm what am I swearing? I'm confused.
Your question makes no sense.
Of course.
I even said swear to Rashmala.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you might not know. You grew up in Remedigan.
Right.
Rashmala is the great god of the hunt, those that we follow, and is brother to Xandro. So your uncle, actually.
Swear on your uncle.
Okay. Why am I swearing?
Take the oath to join the God Warriors. Learn to fight against gods.
I need you to swear. Fuck! Wrong kind of swearing.
Okay, so that helps me be more prepared for a direct fight. I'm still kind of in the an ounce of prevention is a pound of cure, you know? Like Deimos isn't here yet. Right? Am I insane here?
You're probably brushing over what you're trying to say, but you're right. Deimos is not here, which is why, if you want to join the fight against him, join the ranks of the God Warriors. And if we start training now, you may be prepared when he gets here.
But then I'd have to stay here.
You need a tutor. She looks around. Most are trained here, but Navarra stops and looks at her queen and says, I guess it's not necessary. Posh and Jimine will follow you wherever you go, even if you are to return to the lands of Remedigan.
Okay. All right, this might be extremely rude, but it's really more just me not being good at this, and I'm sorry. I gave them permission to speak freely in front of me, which I'm pretty sure doesn't supersede them being able to speak freely in front of you. Can they speak freely in front of you for my sake, real quick?
The God's Warriors, their speaking freely is all the time. It's part of the training. Yet I am their captain, so it depends on how much you want them to be freely speaking to me. And she looks a little worried about what you're asking.
I just want to make sure that they would be okay with that, because I hate, like, if we leave and you don't give us an area that we need to go to try and stop anything bad from happening. And I totally understand you're giving us as much information as you can with what you have, and you're saying the best way to help is to prepare us to fight what would be coming. Great. That is not just a good in the meantime plan. That's a good plan. I get it. But if that's it, I'm going to be going back home. And I'm going to be trying to figure out what Remedigan needs me to do to also try and do this. This would be a concurrent thing. And I want to make sure that they would be okay with that. And also that you would be okay with that. Because I don't, this is a lot.
You like to information dump and not allow anybody time to talk in between, I've noticed.
I'm trying to give as much context as possible for where I'm at, so when people respond, they know more than they should. I like to keep it 100. That's what I do.
G-Mine and Posh are God warriors. They will listen to my decree and they will follow my orders as their captain. So don't worry about if they're willing. They will be. As far as going back to Remedigan, and sure, if people would like to join the God Warriors, the rest of them can train here.
I have a question then. If we're willing to open up our borders, not just for people to be here, but for people to train here to work together, is there a way for us to open lines of communication back and forth to where if anybody's resources finds new information, that is shared information, so everybody can kind of be on the same page as much as possible? You were able to send a message to get me to come here. But, I mean, do you know where the dwarves are hiding? Do you know where Gratisbar is?
Gratisbar is all of the Gods Mountains. As far as which doors they're going to open, I hadn't seen them until Martin's funeral.
Okay. I don't know if that's more information or the same of what we're working with, but even just that. Even
Morrison has not gone anywhere. She's
Okay.
still an ambassador to Remedigan, and we can probably start negotiations to have an embassy there. But there's a lot of hate against our people.
But that's, listen, the enemy of my reluctant ally is my ally who's less reluctant than they used to be. If we can get to a point where we all acknowledge that we aren't each other's best friends, but that living is pretty good, that would be great. And even having a little bit of an inn is more than we've got. And then maybe we're not throwing people out to scatter across the entire continent to hopefully find somebody that might not want to be found. And if those people that are going around the continent to try and find the dwarves that are already potentially in some location that our allies know, well, those are more people that might be, training with the God Warriors, or, just not dying or being stuck to trees and the energy's taking from demons. The Guardians are almost gone. We barely saved them.
Wait, again, a lot of information.
Yeah.
Not enough time to respond.
Sorry.
First, I will say that I think I've conceded right here more than I ever expected to. That was not part of the meeting you aspect of it. You've brought up some good points, and I have made my concessions. I will start talks, and we will see about getting an embassy there and an embassy here. However, outside of that, you want people to become more joined and all the fear to be gone. Generations have gone through, and things are the way that they are and will not be healed overnight, nor will the conspiracies and the fear that is indwelled into stories throughout the centuries.
Okay, that's fair.
The second part. What do you mean the Guardians are all but gone?
And Tayson looks over at Stroop with eyebrows up and am I allowed to talk about this? Do you want to take this?
Before you know exactly what he's looking at you saying, that's an insight roll. This game has rules.
I'm conveying what I'd like to say.
Okay.
And whether or not it's there.
And during this time, Miranda, in that form, said excuse me and went to the private restroom in this area.
Do I get to have a performance roll? Is that persuasion on a...
I I know enough about you, and you guys have been traveling together. It's not going to be super difficult, but I wanted to see if she could pick up on it.
I got a 17, so
Oh yeah, you're catching the vibes that he's like questioning if he should speak about this or let you speak.
yeah, I'll go ahead and take this, Tayson.
Okay, great. I'm gonna breathe.
That's good. That's good. Well, Guardian, me, me, Guardian. Hi, hello, Stroop Waffle of the Waffle Hut franchise again. Sorry, you guys are very intimidating. Um, yeah, so when we were traveling through the Dark Forest, all of the Guardians died. All the Guardians in waiting. They got sucked up by trees. And then we made a plant Psyllium. And we cleared part of the Dark Forest, so that was pretty cool. But now we are rebuilding the forces of the Guardianship thing. And that's how that's going. So, lost some troops, building them back up. Diplomat stuff. I'm not good at the political part of this at all. I'm sorry.
I feel really bad that Miranda decided to go to the bathroom now, and she seems the most well equipped out of all of us to talk to people that are in charge.
Yeah.
No, Navarra laughs at that a little bit and says, "So, are you saying that Prue is gone?"
Droop's eyes darken. Yeah, Prue didn't make it.
Navarra just leans forward and says, "I'm sorry for your loss."
Droop just nods her head. Thank you.
We've covered a lot of ground on Deimos and this news of the Guardians, the ward. Let's lighten the mood just a little bit, Tayson. What do you want to know about you?
Um, why? That's it. Why? Why am I? How am I?
Why are you is a very good question.
Okay.
Martin and Avogard both said it was the work of somebody called the Teacher.
Oh, yeah. No, I know him. Okay. So, okay. That's a start.
As for why, we need to find out who this teacher is and either politely or not politely ask him a few questions.
Okay. So we don't know why me or why I am. Um do we know how?
Magic intertwined with some kind of human artificing.
Got it. I I don't mean to be rude. Can I feel like you're asking me a question that is kind of like ingrained into people, as far as, oh, well, why am I here? Well, because mom and dad, and then me, or something along those lines. And then I found out that not that, but also we don't know how that. So I don't even know what questions to ask about me to
I mean
satisfy.
about
Okay.
I'm sorry. So I feel like I have to stop you or you'll keep going.
Yeah.
About the Xandro part, is there anything you wanted to know? What he was like, what he was being, besides the stories that Martin probably told you. I served under him for 200 years before he left.
So don't take this the wrong way. Martin told me lots of stories about Xandro. And Martin also lied to me about two of the biggest things that I've ever known in myself and Deimos being gone. So I'm not extremely worried about his concept of another human being or any other being or any other god. And you've known Xandro as somebody who served under him and was a niece to him. And I am neither of those things. He's not a parent to me. He existed, and in the times that I talked to him, few as they were, he was very pleasant, and I feel like anything you say is either going to cheapen that or make me regret that I didn't know him more, and I'm not here for that right now. That's I can't. I'd love to know. I really would. But the second that I start focusing on anything other than what's next, I'm probably going to stop moving.
Val and Navarre look at each other. Navarre says, "Well, have you noticed anything different? Something you do that others don't?"
Well, it's only a couple small things. Sometimes when I go to sleep, I have a bad dream, and then I'm in the divine plane, or I summon the moon, or I lightning bolt my friends, or I poison my friends. Sometimes I go into caves and there's some kind of angry ancient being and it's killing us, and then I start absorbing it, and then I stop it, and then we beat it, and then it comes into my dreams and tells me that it's happy to be here, and then we're fine. Sometimes I can't control what I do, and I get angry that I can't control what I do, and that makes it worse. Or I get worried that I can't control what I do, and that gets worse. And everybody else seems to just be fine. Everybody else seems to be aware and in control, and I'm never there or that. But I'm pretty sure that's just a me, like up here thing, and not just I think that's a mental block more than a being some kind of combination of weird people that were powerful block. Probably. I don't know.
Xandro, out of everything that you said, had the ability to absorb small amounts of magic.
Oh,
I believe you might have inherited that trait.
okay. Okay. Hey, do you know how he did that so I can do that without, having guests inside my own house? Because that would be great.
We all have our gifts that we don't know how to control. And Navarre stands up, backs up, looks at everybody sitting there and says, "This doesn't leave this room." And she rolls her hands out, and as she does, wings unfurl out of nowhere, celestial wings, and she begins to rise up off of the floor.
Oh, you might have some ASMR in you.
No, I have God in me.
I don't know why you wouldn't share that. That seems a lot better than my thing.
Because it's a secret. Not a lot understand the Missional line, but Sandro had a few kids normally, and then there was you.
He
And
didn't. Okay, you said, and then he had you. Did he have me?
Do you still not understand
No.
the idea behind how you were created? Somebody took essence of three people, combined them, magically incubated them, and created a being out of that.
You literally just said incubated. You were right. I was an egg.
Everyone technically starts out as an egg, Tayson. Everyone.
Told you an egg.
I'm okay.
As you're saying this, she lands, brings the wings back in, and sits back down, and just says, "There's parts that are passed on. You and I are understanding of the gifts that he gave us.
Okay. So,
Sorry. Quick question.
yeah.
I don't know if I missed this part or if I'm just not quite 100% understanding. I just need to know for my own clarification. Is Tayson part God?
The word you're looking for is demigod.
Cool.
Yes,
Okay.
Tayson is a demigod. That is
Okay.
true.
Stroop stares off into the distance.
On that, why don't we go ahead and take a break?
Sounds like a plan. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for listening, watching, all that good stuff so far. Go take care of yourselves. We're going to take care of ourselves. The Slytherin Weasley, by the way, one of my favorite names I've seen in a long time. Thank you for landing in Pterodactyl, but we're going to go ahead and take off in Pterodactyl. So we'll be back after a quick break here. Scream! I can't do the actual pterodactyl noise because I will break this fucking screen, but know that I can do it. I'll do it when we come back. There you go. That's how we're going to come back. Be right back, everybody. Oh, hi. Okay, y'all can talk now and it should be fine.
We've been talking.
I know, but I had deafened all of you because if we weren't deafened and then the desktop audio was going, it was going to record all of us and all the... I couldn't... I'm working on it. This is new. I'm sorry.
Computers, yay.
I hate the
back,
internet.
everybody.
Yeah.
As all the friends have finally made their way to Adashmere Castle. Big shout out to Posh and Goldmine as they became
NPCs.
became our NPC God Warriors.
That's right.
As soon as you said Posh, I was like, yeah. And who that is?
Do we have time for me to try and do this pterodactyl thing? Because I kept teasing it. Okay. You're all welcome to mute if you so choose, and I recommend it.
Also, I'd like to point out that there is no way that you know this is the actual sound. Okay, go ahead.
No, but it's my interpretation. It's an impression. It doesn't mean it's perfect.
I love that the mic is redlining and not coming through. If Elgato wants to sponsor us, you all should check out the Wave 3 mic. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's great. You know what? It's really good at making me not do things like that. Mute.
Like I was saying, though, our friends traveled through the Adashmere forest. They got to the first elven city, and I have it written down, so I got it. I got it here somewhere. Terranshaw. They and Terranshaw did their thing. Tayson was very, very, shall we say, nervous about his meeting with the Queen and hurried it along as the two new God Warriors became the Grand Duke's personal guard in Adashmere. Conversations ensued and secrets were shown as Navarra Michonel showed Tayson and Stroop. And now the form of Mirinda, I had to remember which one we were in, that she also has been touched by the gods, having celestial wings and the ability to fly. And then we took a break. I can't remember what was said right when we went to break. It was just a good place to break.
So Tayson is a demigod? That was my impression of a Tayson Stroop impression. It was really bad, so I apologize. I'm going to cut that out.
Wow.
Perfect. No, don't cut that out. All right. That's where we left off. And Navarro will just say, well, yes, all Michonel, or those of the line, are demigods. I think with the bloodline that Xandra was the last to officially be called a god.
I got some existential crises to work through.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, I do. This is about me, Tayson.
Right. No, I'm... Hey, are you doing okay?
No.
I'm sorry. This is a lot. Hey, is there anything I can do to take? Is there anything I can do to help? I'm sorry. I don't mean to be putting you through all this.
No,
I
no,
love
you're good.
how Stroop and Tayson are just having these existential crises, and then you've got Miranda Montera, and she's just over there like with the tea, like, ah, yes,
You're an
chaos.
agent of chaos.
Chaos ensues.
That's your goal.
You know, Tayson, I have to work through some things. I gotta get some business meetings out of the way.
Oh, okay.
But
If I'm holding you up
this
from
is
anything, it's okay. Like, if you have to
this
go,
is
you have to
good.
go.
You are not holding me up from anything. This is a good information that I needed to be here for, and I'm very happy to have it.
You literally just said that you had to take some business meetings.
Eventually, not right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
but-
okay.
Well, she does do those in her sleep, so.
Does that mean you're always working? That seems unhealthy.
It does. I do not have a good work-life balance.
Can we work on that? Can we do like, you know what? Hi, I'm sorry, royalty of Adashmira. Okay, so that aside, what do you need anything from me?
Originally, there was a will left for Martin, naming his estate into yours. He has a villa here at the castle.
Oh, okay.
Outside of that and normal conversations, we kind of hoped that once you saw Edishmir, you'd want to stay.
It's very nice here, and I mean, everybody's so nice. You know, I'd figure if you were closed off for so long, I thought that people would be much more, cautious and literally, figuratively closed off from the literally closed off that they were. But everybody's so nice here. It's maybe someday, like if the continent's still standing and stuff, I'd very much like to talk about that. Everybody has made me feel very welcome here, and I appreciate that. And then I didn't even tell most people my name. They were just nice. So, yeah. But for now, much more of the immediate. Is there anything you? This version of me aside, I'm pretty capable of surviving. So if there was anything that you needed from me, if there was places that you were trying to go, things you were trying to find out, if you had any kind of context of what we needed, and we being the collective continent, to not die and stuff, great, more than happy to. If nothing else, me making contact with you and just finding out that things are not absolute shit, that's pretty great.
I was expecting more questions, so I guess this is interesting in and of itself. You should enjoy Edishmere City for a while. You've had a lot, and it's easy to get overwhelmed. If I could recommend, Phoenix's Phylactery is a wonderful shop.
Okay. Okay. Are you telling me to take in the sights?
Unless you have other questions, and if you want to stay here,
So
what is it that you'd want to do?
It's not your fault. I feel bad doing the sitting and waiting for something to happen to react to thing. But I also understand that we don't have a whole lot to go on to try and find something to react to. So you're telling me what they usually tell me, which is just to, in the nicest, most polite, dignified form, calm the fuck down. And as you can see, I'm great at it.
We don't mean to say that. I'm saying it's a lot of information and a lot of stuff's been given to you.
Yeah.
To process it, it usually helps to not think about it and mull through it while you walk and do things. And Adashmir City is something I don't think any of you have ever seen.
Well, I mean, I well, obviously it's been kind of closed off for a while, but yeah, okay, great. Okay. Hey, are the two of you ready to be firsts for something else? We're the first to go through the dark forest in a long time. We're the first to clear the forest in a long time, and now we're the first to be outsiders to walk through Adishmir in a long time.
Well, Tayson, there's the old proverb. If you're not first, you're last.
Shake and bake!
I will quit the podcast now. Thank you.
Tayson has an aneurysm and stops. All right, season 4, let's go. Mirinda is Deimos. What did you know? Oh my god!
Oh my god! Even I didn't know. My past life consumes me.
Okay. No, that sounds good. Good. Stroop, Mirinda. Elvish
Yeah,
wine.
sounds good.
Elvish wine.
Elvish wine is good. Elvish wine.
That's the remember when Xandro came to visit and he brought that?
The Elvish brandy.
Yeah, brandy.
Yes,
That's right.
I need to top up. She pulls out the flask that still has some left. I need to top this up.
If we were gonna get it somewhere, we'd probably get it here, right? You know, like this is where they make the Elvish brandy because this is where they make the elves. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds.
Is this where they make the elves?
So, okay. All right. Hey, should we check in with you in a bit? I know you're all busy.
If you need to ask questions, you need anything from us, you can come see us.
Sure. I feel bad. It feels like most of the questions that I would ask you are dependent on the asking of the person that we need to find because he's responsible. You know, like I was with him for a long time, right? Like he taught me like the stuff.
Are you speaking of the teacher?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was my teacher.
Do you know his name?
That's a good question. Doc, I don't know his name, do I?
No, you
Troop
never.
does.
Hold on. So the answering Nerdworks question. No, you do not know his name.
No, it just he was just always called the teacher. It's really weird that that's kind of like how he would be presented to all of you. Because I had never heard of him outside of that context, but you all know of him in that context. That's weird.
Martin found out that someone named the teacher ran the school that I guess is now destroyed.
Oh, Martin
Did
found
you
out
know too?
about that. Okay. Yeah.
He had a lead in one, I think, Nodell, Doval, something
No.
like that.
Oh, no,
But it
no.
ended up not turning up anything.
Okay.
Was Martin looking for? What was Martin looking for in regards to the school?
Well, the teacher.
He was seeking the teacher, something about how he needed answers on Tayson. When he first took him in, Martin did a lot of investigating, both libraries here and the one at Remedigan, searching around, asking questions. He found a few names, but they don't exist anymore, or did they not exist at all? We never got the answers to, but he did find one person. He went to talk to them, but ended up not getting any real information. They weren't anybody that knew anything.
Do you remember that nice man who had the food shop that we talked to? And I tried to send him back to the castle because I thought he was in danger because the teacher was looking for him.
That was a nice guy, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if the teacher was looking for him or if it was actually Martin that was looking for him. And then I may have put the fear of all of the gods into him. So that's that's a small thing in context because that's the life of one person, but that's something I'm directly responsible for that I might be feeling guilty about for the next couple of days. Um,
Would you feel less guilty if I had some information that maybe could help? Possibly, not 100% sure, but maybe.
I mean, if it's like a Stroopism where you usually tell me something that makes me feel better in context without context, like maybe I don't know, but
No,
yeah.
no, it's just pretty straightforward. I think I know the name of the teacher.
It would be extremely helpful.
Did they go to the Waffle Hut at some point?
No, not quite, not quite to the Waffle Hut.
True.
Um,
How do
but
you know the teacher's name? Was it in your book?
it is book adjacent.
Book of James. Stroop. Stroop, we need to have a conversation, apparently.
Yeah,
No, we can have it here.
yeah.
I can't ask.
yeah.
I can't ask them to be open about trying to work together with us and stuff. And you have we're at that point. We're literally withholding information from people that are no.
Okay, I just wanted to pass this by you first. But if you say it's okay, I'm just gonna tell it. Just gonna tell it like it is. Uh, teacher's name is Hentrin Hovenshi. Um, he was a guardian in waiting, and he caused the Black Forest to be what it is. And then he was no longer a guardian in waiting person, and now he's Lich, and he wants to come back to fix that and also get rid of all the gods and stuff. That's why when you said that you were a demigod, I had an anxiety attack, I think is what they call it. Because I have not told him that he can come back yet, and that would be a bad thing if he came back and wanted to stop the gods, if you were under his list of things to stop. So, here we are.
Well, he did. If I'm understanding it correctly, he's the one who created Tayson to be a weapon. Right?
No, I didn't think he created Tayson. Tayson is an egg from Xandro and Martin and the Queen and the other queens.
If this man is known as a teacher, he created Tayson.
Oh, okay, then he's also an egg benefactor.
And a
So he
lich.
has another daddy?
But yeah, he's a lich. Or in Hannah's notes, a lurch.
Do you, by chance, know where we can talk with him?
The only way I've been able to talk to him is in my nighttime business meetings. That sounds weird, but it is weird. But I can try and find out. Would you like me to try to keep this a secret from him? Or, like, stealthily? Or you want me just to, like, be like, hey, they're looking for you. How would you like me to go about doing this? Because I would like to help.
Navarra says, well, I'm not Martin, and I didn't swear to find and, shall we say, remove him. I only have questions. But I think that, and she looks over towards Tayson, if you have a mode to talk to him, your friend is the one who should be asking. We were just trying to seek out answers. The only question I would want to know is how they got a hold of Xandro's essence.
Even with the added bit of context that they were partly responsible for creating the Dark Forest.
Even if he's a lich, you're talking about something that's been in existence for 40,000 years.
Mm-hmm.
Liches lose their mind over time. Too many centuries, and they think they have things, and they become things, and they even forget their own names after a while.
All right. So if we're able to talk to him, if there's any way that we would be possibly able to reach him, as Tayson looks straight down into the eyes to Stroop. All you're worried about is how he got Xandra's essence. Stroop, could you make a note of that to talk to him if you are to talk to him again?
Be done. Already put in the meeting notes for next meeting.
Great. I think I'm going to go and take a look at Adishmira. As per your suggestion. I look forward to having another conversation with you soon. Hopefully, with a little bit more competence and just clarity. And I apologize. I've figured out a lot of stuff today.
Val and Navarre stand up. Take your time, Tayson. I knew it would be overwhelming for anybody. She reaches into her pocket and pulls out a key. It's got 8 rungs of different patterns on it. The key to Martin's villa. Your guards will know how to get there. And she holds it out to you.
It seems intricate. Yeah, if you don't mind, thank you. And he'll take it.
It's what they call unpickable.
Okay, great. I will not attempt to go pick it then, I guess. Thank you. And Tayson turns and leaves.
Are you following Tayson? You two?
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn to Miranda and say I think he might need a minute. So you're welcome to follow him, but I'm gonna stay back and maybe just stay back, but still leave the room.
You 3
Yeah.
leave. The
Leaving
guards.
the room, but following Stroop, going with Stroop. Maybe let's get some tea or something and let him have a moment.
Sure. So Tayson, you go off. Posh and Jumain follow you. You two come out and look around and guess you're kind of lost as the queens come back out of the room and they see the two of you standing there. Oh, you're not following Tayson.
Generally speaking, he sometimes needs alone time.
Every boy above 13. The queen says, "Well, I still leave it at it. The city is beautiful. Wander. I don't know where you're going to meet. If Tayson goes to the villa, I don't know enough about him to read him, but he didn't seem like somebody that would end up there with what he's going through right now."
Most likely not, no.
Hopefully you find him. It is a very big city.
No matter how things turn out, we always find each other. No matter what's happening, we're bonded, as taste testers and cooks usually are.
Va-
Sure, we'll go with that.
Val says, "Follow me," and they start walking out and showing you like the garden. Now you oversee where you are as you get up to a certain balcony height. You see the warriors, you see the garden. It's a mixture of determination, of power, training, but it's also a mixture of art and beauty, and the way everything is designed is purposeful, as you can see it. They take you to the front and show you down the steps to it, and as you oversee this area, it's a city that seems to go on forever as you look around. They give you quick directions to the nearest market, and because the queen told you to check it out, it's an interesting shop. The way to Phoenix's phylactery.
You want to hit up the phylactery shop place first and then go to the market for food stuff? I don't know.
That sounds like a great plan. Yeah, I definitely want to check out this phylactery place. Sounds familiar. Phylactery. Would you know what a phylactery is?
Uh, it's a very good question if she does know or not. Hey, Doc.
So roll me straight up intelligence at disadvantage.
Come on, Dice, you want to play nice. No, that's a 3. I love how I am like the dumbest smart person.
Well, you've never studied phylactery. You've never looked it up. You've never had any reason to know it. Nobody said it. I mean, like it in the world of certain things, just because we the players know it doesn't mean that our characters do. So it's not a
True.
big deal as you say no as you're going down the steps. Tayson, where are you heading?
Tayson is heading straight to the villa.
Okay, you asked Potion. Jumaine.
I do not ask. It is a where am I going with this key?
Yeah, and they start leading you through the city northward, little off to the edge, and as you reach a certain area, the city fades away. The houses get further and further apart. So you come to this villa. It looks to be sitting on 3 or 4 acres of green, well managed land. A few trees around, a beautiful green crystalline building, as the architecture is here, coming to points in certain areas. And as you get closer, Posh says, "This is the villa."
Did he ever stay here?
I'm not sure. I did see him leave here a few times as I was walking around, but we were never assigned to him when he was here.
But he's
In fact,
been
our
here.
orders were to leave him alone.
But he's been here.
He has.
Okay. Can you two what's it like being a god warrior?
Difficult. The training is above being a regular soldier or even a regular paladin. Training for inevitabilities of fighting unknown abominations, things throughout planar existence. It's a difficult life. The training is tenuous. The oath is difficult to follow at times.
So you asked me. I asked you if it was how it was. What's it like? How do you feel being a god warrior?
They look at each other. Jumaine speaks up and says, "My father was a god warrior. My grandfather before him. It feels like it was supposed to happen. Nothing unusual. Stronger, powerful resources at my fingers, but the feeling is not different." Posh speaks up. "Yeah, mine was different. I'm the first. It feels like I have an importance, like there's something for me to do."
Okay. Could I ask you to wait out here while I go inside for a bit? You can wait at the doors if that works.
Would you allow one of us to enter with you as long as we stay near the door?
That's fine.
Uh, they bow to each other and they walk up to the door with you. Are you gonna open it?
Yeah. That he's gonna try this funky 8-sided key.
You see the lock as it's got 8 entrances. Like a single key would have one, it has 8. As you slide it in and turn it, you hear a mechanism whirl, another one click, another one, and it begins to go through this mechanism in the inside over and over again. At a certain point, you finally hear a click as you stop turning the key, pull it out, and the door opens. Very easily, well balanced, does not take much.
Twist it a little to push the door in.
It again glides open now that it's unlocked.
Tayson walks on in and tries to see this other side of Martin.
Okay. You walk into this, it's a grand room. It has a few couches sitting around a fireplace. Off to the right, it looks like a little office with desks. Very minimalistic furniture, but the furniture is set. A giant staircase right in front of you that goes up to the second floor. As G-Mine walks in and just stands by the door and waits.
I'm gonna have a look around. If my friends come up, do me a favor and just let me know that they're here. I'm gonna see if I can learn anything new. And then there's a lot of rooms, so I think we're gonna get to training. I don't know if that's your job or your colleague's job, but I think that's gonna be it's gonna be something that's happening here first before we go wherever we go. But
You
I
want to become a god warrior?
I want to become capable.
G-Mine says, go look around.
Yeah.
We'll spar afterwards.
We'll talk.
Big
Yeah.
giant axe on your back says that you're more than capable.
Oh, only like 8 hours a day at most. But that's a different story. We'll talk in a bit. And then Mike is gonna look at the time. Mike is gonna go see who are the weird people that are standing at his doorway. So if you want to take us to the phylactery real quick there.
I'm gonna switch over, yeah.
Thank you.
Give me one moment, pull the right page up here. Okay. You two head throughout the city. You're going to Phoenix's phylactery first, right?
We are indeed.
You follow the direction through all these people. It's a very weird feeling. You've seen it in the smaller cities a little bit, in the first big city you came to, but right now it's like almost overwhelming to see so many people that look so much alike. Even in their varying differences, the skin tone, the hair color, everything is very similar. Some of them,
Because Miranda Montera is from Eberron, would I have ever actually seen this, or Like, am I getting a proper culture shock here, or is it, God, it's been forever since I've seen this many people in one place?
It's not necessarily the amount of people that are here, it's the amount of people that are similar. You have been nowhere with this. You guys finally make it to UC. It's got a red crystal intertwined and gold lace picture on it. It says Phoenix's Phylactery in Elvish. As you enter into the shop, you see a thin, shorter elf, about 5'6", turn around. Oh, welcome. I'm Phoenix, the proprietor of this place. You don't look like everybody that lives here. Is there something you're looking for specifically?
I believe we just came here to look. The the queens suggested we come and take a look.
Oh, wonderful. They are some of my biggest fans. It's amazing. Please come in, take a look around. And as you look around, there is shelves of potions, a set of different kinds of necklaces with different charms on them. And
Mhm.
both of you, because of your connections, feel overwhelming magic in this shop.
Stroop is looking around wide-eyed. Just, oh, Marinda,
Yes, Stroop.
this is this is beautiful.
Uh, yes, but is there anything you're looking for today specifically? Would you like just to shop around? That's fine too. See what is available.
Uh, could you
Could you?
could you tell me what a phylactery is?
Yeah, it's a turn of phrase. A phylactery is wizards, such as myself, want to gain immortality. They put their life essence into something called a phylactery. If they ever die, the phylactery allows them to come back to life through that essence.
Oh, oh, I. That's a lich, isn't it?
It has been rumored to be part of lichdom, yes.
Like, is everything in this shop a phylactery?
I have not achieved that level in wizardry so far. Everything here is different mundane items that we have found a way to make magical.
Okay, so is this shop your phylactery? I like that word a lot. We'll be just looking around if all this stuff.
Please look around. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to ask. Most people are not used to this level. I fancy myself an enchanter.
Enchanting is a good skill to have, yes.
Could you do you enchant other people's stuff for them?
From time to time, it takes a bit of time and a lot of different kinds of resources. But yes,
Could you could you make could you make this? And Stroop pulls on her apron. Could you make this not so flimsy? Could you? Is that a thing that could do? Could your magic do that?
there is an enchantment to add strength to anything that you're wearing. It would act like an armor piece of sorts, but it won't affect the apron itself. It will still be soft and malleable.
How much? What would it cost for something like that to be done?
So it depends on what exactly you'd want. Are you looking just to make it stronger? Do you want it to gleam? Would you like it to take other looks? These are things that we could do.
I I don't care how it looks. I let's say that I have armor. Could it be more armorous? Is that a thing? Could it be better, stronger, faster, even?
It would add a sense of protection. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I need. More protection. Doesn't have to be flashy or shiny. Just protect my insides from being on my outsides.
As protecting things should. Yes, we can add a protection wood to your apron. You would have to leave it with us for about 3 days, but we can make that happen for about 750 gold.
Okay. Okay, I definitely have the time for that. Um don't quite have the funds for that. But I do have some things that I can make happen to possibly make that happen. Um can I leave it with you and pay you half now and then half when I pick it up?
That would be acceptable.
Right. I have to do math.
Mirinda is going to pull out her leather arm, studded leather armor? Yeah, studded leather armor, and ask if could you do the same to my leather armor?
We could. Is this going to be a little bit of the same thing over and over again? We could do it to different items, braces, necklaces, earrings.
I mean, I was just thinking my armor right now. Maybe because you said 750 gold, right?
For the apron, yes. For armor,
Okay.
it's 1,500.
I might have to do what Stroop is doing and do I'll just see if there's someone who I can buy better armor from. Might not be. It's a little bit out of budget at the moment.
Understandable.
Out of character, I have 870 gold.
Out of character, y'all have talked about trying to drop my goddamn name for 5 weeks. And now we're in a position for you to drop my goddamn name and see if there's anything to it. And you're like, I might have to do like a payment plan and just sticking with it.
I'm gonna have to do some like random things around town to earn 300 gold in this time.
Excuse me, do you know anybody that has an exclamation point above their heads that I might be able to side quest with real quick?
Or is there a really good corner you know of? I mean, we just gotta earn some money.
I can cook.
Hey, the thing is, I could also technically duplicate my character and have someone do stuff with the duplicate. Mike's over there like, someone save me.
I am in a figurative glass cage of emotion right now. It's fine. Let's just keep it going.
So Mirinda turns to Stroop and goes, do you have any inkling as to, other than at the castle, where Lord Tayson's villa is?
Mirinda, I say this with the most sincere anything in my heart. Hell no. I have no idea where it is. Do I have any desire to go there right now? No. No, I do not. I'm considering spending my last 60 gold on a hotel room at this point, because Tayson is probably very mad at me right now, and I don't really know why, but he seemed very angry with one of us, and something tells me it wasn't you. So, I'm gonna, never go there. I'm considering running away at this point. Yeah.
If you're looking to do something different with your armor, I could do what's called a smolder to it for about 150 gold, if that's more in your price range.
That is much, much closer to being in my price range, yes.
It would make you look like you're always on fire.
Say what?
Yeah, like a smoldering fire where it's just smoky enough to look like it's burning underneath, but there actually is no physical flames.
See, this might be a problem for me because I do like sneaking around.
Would the smoke give you away, or
Eh, depends on how sensitive someone's nose is. You know what? No, I'll do it.
it's it's odorless. It just
Oh,
rises from. It shows it has a look. It's more flash than anything.
you know what? Yes, do it. Do it.
Sure, if you come back in 4 hours, I'll have it ready for you.
All right. She where did it go? It's inventory. There we go. And she pays.
Perfect. Um, and you still would like the same thing. You would like your apron to be a little bit more on the protection side. Am I right?
Yes, yes, please. I would like the blood to stay on the outside of the apron, as opposed to the inside. Yeah.
That is a really well thought out place to put that in. For an extra 250 gold, I can make that so it never gets dirty.
But you know, a dirty apron is a sign of a good cook. So I'm not so worried about that. Also, uh, I'm a little money conscious at this point. So, you know.
Oh, now you are. I mean, yes, absolutely. That was Doc, not the store owner. Absolutely. It would still take me 3 days to do yours. I will see you in 4 hours, and we can get this to work right away. Is there anything else that you'd see? Anything that you want? We have bags that seem to have almost infinite space. I have other bags that seem to have infinite appetite, and he smiles.
Okay, I'm just going to point out that what Doc is suggesting is my D&D bag. um,
Maybe a bag like that wouldn't complain about my cooking, you know? Sorry.
womp womp. Um, how much are these? I don't know what you would call them, bags of holding.
Well, the bag of holding or the bag of devouring, that is what most in my practice call them. They are 750 gold apiece.
Quick, raise your hand if you know how much money the Tayson has from his mom.
No clue. We just know taste on pace. um, hmm. Not that you would maybe normally do this, but see, here's the thing. I just need 30 more gold to do that bag of holding. And we are trying to meet Tayson in a little bit. Though Stroop says she doesn't want to. It's better to work out conflict early than let it simmer.
I
Can
disagree.
boil over.
I think you should have space to think about your thoughts and feelings before before you say some brash things that you may or may not mean.
This is greed versus pride in a cage match for what's going to happen for the immediate future in the best way possible.
How much gold did you need to get your bag?
30.
Oh, yeah, I got 30 gold right here. Here, you can borrow 30 and then pay me back later.
All right.
Okay.
So she's gonna buy a bag of holding.
Okay.
Hold on. Did you just give out a loan to avoid conversation?
This is Hannah speaking. I don't think you understand how thin the line is between Hannah and Stroop.
This is Mike speaking. I'm extremely proud of you. Continue.
As you look around the store, there's boots. They look different. One green with intricate different kinds of what looks like leaf lacing in it. There are others that seem to have small wings attached to them. Some of them, even getting near them, you could feel how cold they are as they emanate the ice and cold that is on them. There are bracers here that seem to have different effects. Everything's marked, and it says a little bit about what it does. Bracers of protection, offering you a little bit more protection through magical means. There's bracers of archery here that just make you good at archery, even if you're not good at archery. There's even a saddle that seems to be sitting towards the back of the shop that it itself has magic emanating from it.
If I could buy everything in this store, I would have 2 of each thing. These are all so lovely. One day, when I have my own Waffle Hut franchise, I will be able to afford these things. But until then, we need to get the heck out of here because I want to buy all this stuff and I don't have any money.
Yes.
I appreciate your time. I will see you in 4 days for your apron.
And 4 hours from my armor.
Exactly. And enjoy the bag.
Yes, this will definitely be good for while we're grocery shopping.
Also very important. If you put something in the bag, you have to hold your hand above it and think about that item to retrieve it. You can't really reach in there. There's more space than you have on.
Might be a cool party trick, though.
Miranda.
Yes. Yes.
Put me in the bag. Put me in the
I
bag, please.
I
wanna
don't
go
think
in the
that's a
bag.
smart idea.
I don't recommend that. There's no air in the bag, and you will die.
We would like to purchase a snorkel.
I don't make snorkels.
We bid you adieu. Miranda, we gotta go find a snorkel.
I love that Stroop is trying to snorkel in a bag of holding.
Kei-san, where do you go first in this villa? You know there's an obvious office, but do you want to go look around, or do you want to head to the office?
How big is this villa? Like, I'm not the grounds and everything like that, but the actual like house itself.
From the outside, it looked like it was 30 feet across and about 60 feet back, and it was 3 stories.
I think he would locate the office first, and then after he said, "Aha, this is where I'm probably gonna go," he would then open up every other door to the house.
Okay. The bottom floor, as you walk in, has one door on the right. If you open it up, it's empty-ish. It's a coat closet, as a house would have. You know that they have these, but there's nothing in here. There seems to be one light jacket hanging. And funny enough, the left arm is knotted, or there's no arm there. It opens up, and you can see as you go around the stairs that it opens up into like a formal sitting room with a fireplace in the back, and there's a kitchen area that's open to the rest of it. and a formal dining area with a long table with seating for about 8. You walk upstairs, and the landing itself is open. It has a writing desk on it. It has a small bookcase on it. It seems to have mundane books that everybody has in their house. You would know from just looking around that people have these books. They're nothing special. There are 3 bedrooms and a master bedroom up on top of here. The master all the way on the other side after you come up the stairs towards the back of the house. Looking around, it's minimalistic. There's furniture in every room. There's furniture you would expect in every room, but there's no to do about it. It's just the right amount of furniture for the area.
With that, he would head into the office itself and start trying to placate himself into journals. Still chasing, essentially chasing the dragon of the first time that he had any information from Martin, because that's what got him closer to understanding here.
You go down to the office and you look around. There's books, but no journals. You start opening the drawers. Maybe he kept them in a drawer, or at least one of them in a drawer. And the drawers are pretty much empty. One drawer has some paperwork in it, but it seems to be stuff about the villa, fixes, payments, other things, landscaping, things like that. A couple of the other drawers have ink and quill and paper and parchment. The top right drawer is a thinner, smaller drawer, and as you open it up, there's an envelope. It just says Tayson.
Before he opens it, the notes of like maintenance and transactions and things like that. How recent?
It's been probably 6 months or more on most of this.
Okay, so recent-ish. Okay.
Enough to take care of. And if you were to think back to that day, he told you he was traveling to Adashmere.
Yeah.
He would return.
Okay. Tayson opens the envelope then.
You crack open the envelope. And the camera pans out of the villa. We go to Cardell. Construction seems to be in order through the destruction of what happened here. People look tired, beaten down, but they seem okay. 2 houses in particular stand in this entire town that seem like they didn't take one scratch of problems. Out back, a man in a top hat is playing with some animals that he's got out in one of the yards as all this other construction is happening. And we see 2 figures, red cloaked, seeming to walk and not listen to anybody else. One turns to the other one and says, a deep guttural language nobody understands. The other one just says, speak in common. Somebody might catch on. We'll find the house. We'll find what we're looking for. And we'll see you next time on the Bros and Dragons podcast.
So, Doc, I'm going to ask you to go through the like, hey, everybody, we're doing the exits and do your outros and all that good stuff. But I am also going to ask for one really, really, really awkward thing before that. I need everybody to have their mics open and to not say anything for about 10 seconds. I need to try and find the amount of background noise that I can take from everything. This is the stupidest thing, and I should have done it at the beginning, but I didn't. So here we are. So, hey, everybody, if you want to clip something stupid, clip us.
Welcome to maintenance.
Yeah.
This is what you should do for your podcast if you ever have one.
Yeah, so everybody, if you wanna make the worst best clip in the entire world, here's us doing absolutely silent faces and not moving around in our chairs or bodies or anything that makes noise for the next 10 seconds, unmuted, starting now. Okay, that's good enough. Doc, go ahead and do the outros. Thank you for that.
Listen, where can everybody find?
Hey, you can find me as Geek Girl Alyssa everywhere with buttons. And I also have a link tree that Stream Elements has been spamming because I do a lot of different things.
Hannah, where can everybody find you? And do you have any work you want to tell us about?
I have a book that's coming out here in the next month or so. It sounds really cool. I just got booked for it today. It's about a plague that can't be cured. It sounds familiar. But I'll let you guys know the more details when that comes out. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm at Hannah the DM on Instagram and TikTok. So find me, call me, beat me if you want to reach me. Don't page me. I don't have a pager.
Mike, where can people find you?
Here. Hey, if you're here, you can find me because this is where I live. In this room. Look, here it is. This is the room. This is where I am. Look, that's the ceiling fan. This is where I am almost all the time because when I'm not here, I'm working, and working means I'm here. This is where I live. Hello, I live here. You can find me here.
And I am DM Doc. You can find me on I am DM Doc here on Twitch or here on Nerdworks Media from time to time. I just whatever I feel like being on is where I do. On my own channel at I am DM Doc every Thursday night at 5 p.m. Pacific, I stream, and we just got into Hallowed Be Thy Night. I'm playing Hollow Knight in my first playthrough with it. And I didn't get very far, so it's pretty much come join and start with us, and it'll be good.
It's the cutest version of Dark Souls, so like not getting far right now, that's totally understandable. That's how it goes.
So we covered Posh, we covered Goldmine and subs, and we just covered SNet Phoenix, who again subscribed tonight.
Woohoo!
This character I've been sitting on for a little bit. I didn't know where I was going to put him. This is where it went, just to have some fun.
He's a creator. He has to have a shop. That's how it works.
Yeah. Remember, from all of us, though, love one another. Keep it nerdy and live your dreams.